Big Rapids Pennzoil and Auto Repair. Seth Winger at the Winger Insurance Agency. Barrington Firearms and Training Center. DW2 Drywall. The Monk Janowitz Funeral Home in Big Rapids and the Janowitz Family Funeral Home in Remus. And Paris Auto Sales.
There's a man named Pat Curry. He's got a passion for the news. Brings the stories of Big Rapids and across the county to you. Every Tuesday morning, you know just where to go. Tune in to B1039. He's got the scoop, don't you know? Welcome to Curries Corner. With Pete Kent by his side, they'll keep you informed and entertained. Taking you on the ride.
And blah. See, now Pat has his coffee now, so we're ready to go.
Hey, Bob, I want to be a stand-up comedian, so today I'm going to be a stand-up comedian.
I see that. Very good.
I got the first part down right. I'm
I tried to be a stand-up comic one time, and they told me to sit down. So
really?
Yeah.
That's a start right there. It's a good joke.
Yeah.
Well, I'll start off this morning. Good morning, everyone. I hope everybody is having a cheerful morning, even though we got some more snow last night. My Lord, it just keeps coming down. We only got, 3 more months of this, hopefully.
Yeah, until about, April, May, June?
Yeah, and that's a joke, right?
3 more inches tonight.
Coffee's good. Hey, first of all, let's start off with birthdays. You know, I forget sometimes.
We got a phone call already.
Who's calling?
We'll find out.
Sure.
Hi, B1039. You're on the air. Who's this?
Oh, this is Joe looking for Pat Curry.
He's right here.
Well, good morning, Joe. How are you?
Good, Pat.
Good.
Mike said he'd call you. He'd be listening, and he'll call you when you start talking about Craig.
Oh, great. Yeah, that's great. What do you have to say about Craig?
Craig, I didn't know Craig that well.
No?
We were friends, but I know he was a gearhead. He loved doing the stuff with cars, and that's about it.
Well, that was a good one, Joe. That's your 15 cents to fame being on the radio. All right, well, that's Joe Weckerman. When Mike hears me, you got our number, so Mike can call it in then, right?
Right, he's got your number. He'll be calling when he hears you talking about Craig.
All right, great. All right, we'll do that in a few minutes. Thanks, Joe.
All right.
All right.
Yep, bye now.
Yep. Well, thanks. That's my good friend Joe Weckerman. He'll do anything for me.
Great guy. Yeah.
Happy birthday, Foster Neal. Happy birthday, Penny Bowman. Trevor Straub. What? Am I on?
Another call. Hi, B1039. You're on the air live. Who's this?
This is Mike Fitzgerald.
Good morning, Mike. How are you?
All right, Pat.
Well, you know, I just, we want to give tribute this morning to a lot of people, but Craig McDonald, he was a staple here for many, many years, and I thought, you know, every time I think of Craig, I thought of you, because you guys were like glue on each other. You had a lot in common. You're both good All-American guys. You both struggled with a lot of illnesses and health problems, and but you always stayed happy, and whenever you saw each other, you guys reminisced about what you did in the old days. I know you went to school together and graduated in 66?
Yeah, we graduated in 66, but we became friends when we were 7 years old, living out in the country.
Wow. And did he live out on 220th when he was a kid?
Yeah, 215th.
215th, that's off the 19 mile road there?
Yeah, you're correct.
Wow, and then he ended up living there for a lot of years too, didn't he?
Yeah, he built a house not too far from his folks.
Wow. Who built his house? He did?
He did.
Wow, he was handy, wasn't he? You know, I'll just recollect on what I remember of him, and then you can jump in and chime in. I'd love that. When I was a young man, young kid, I should say, I think I was like 13 years old, 14 maybe, Al Slager from Clare, Michigan, had this thought of starting up a demolition derby, he called it. And it would take cars and smash them up from the rear to rear. You know, none of this front end, none of this Circle 8 stuff that they have today. It was raw material, right back to raw material. And he came to Mecosta County, and the Mecosta County Fair said, yeah, we'll do it. So they kind of piloted the program. It was the first one. I don't know if people out there remember this, but Mecosta County was the first one to have a demolition derby in the state of Michigan. That's something to be pretty proud of. And I don't know how many cars they had in that first demolition derby. I bet Joe Bayshaw could tell us, but
Yeah.
and maybe you can. But I would think they probably had about 50 cars. I'm going to say maybe not quite that many, but I think they had like 8 cars in a heat, and they had quite a few heats. And
Yeah, they had trouble getting them lined up.
yeah, they had that many, I know. But, again, it was the pilot one, and that was Al's first one that went on to be, he ended up doing them, well, they're still doing them to this day. Al's not, obviously, but somebody else is. But it's in a different kind of format now, too. But anyway, Craig won that first one with the Curries towing car.
Yeah.
And his son Troy and I were talking yesterday about him and memories of him, and I said I can remember Craig and his crew. I don't know. I think Dave Walston was in there, but was he? Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm not so sure Larry Routley wasn't in there. Was he in there too, you think?
I don't know about Larry.
Okay, Bill maybe. But
Paul was probably there. He was everywhere.
yeah. And if you can remember any, but I remember Walston and Craig and you were there, right?
Yeah.
And Craig got up on top of that old station wagon with the flag, if I remember right. And we have a picture of that. Somebody brought that picture into the station a few years back, and I have it there somewhere. So I was telling Troy I'd get a hold of it and get him a picture of that.
That'd be a nice one to get blowed up.
Yeah. But he was so proud. One thing he had, and a lot of you guys have it, is that great smile. Craig never offended anybody, did he? He was always just kept to himself. If you didn't like what he was doing, go on and do your own thing. But he was that kind of guy, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. If you ever met him, you liked him.
Yeah, I know. He worked for my dad, and I remember a little bit about the day he drove wrecker for my dad there. And then I said it wrong on my post where I said that he went off to Army. Actually, it was his brother Dan had the golf station at the time, and Mac was working at Benny's. And Dan had to go to war in the Vietnam. And so when he left, I think it was Mac asked Craig to come up there, or Dan did. And then Craig went up to work at the golf station. And Dan came back. And, of course, he met Julie, and they got married, I think, after that. But I don't want to confirm that unless Julie's listening. She can call in from Florida. But he worked up there with his dad and his brother Dan, and I remember they had the car wash, and there wasn't too many car washes in town at that time, and Dan hated that car wash. I remember towing cars in there, and I just loved it because they were so nice to get along with, and always paid me when I got in there too. That was nice too. But Dan would be going in to work on the car wash, and I hate this thing. As soon as I can get rid of it, I'm gonna. And he did eventually. But they're just hard-working guys, and then he went on to open up his own little garage out there on 215th and worked out there. And then I can remember him going to the city garage, doing a great job over there. And man, when he fixed something up over there, he fixed it. He could do it all, couldn't he?
Yeah, it just was natural to him.
Yeah, he could weld or pull a wrench or anything, couldn't he?
Yeah.
Then I remember him coming over to the shop, my radiator shop, and I got to have this right away. And I said, "You got her, Craig. I'm getting her." He's just one of those guys that worked hard.
Yeah, Dan and Craig's dad, all three of them were just amazing mechanics.
You're talking about the dad too, Mac, huh?
Yeah, Mac.
Yeah, he was just
figured
good.
it out. They just asked Dad.
Yeah, he was sharp.
What was an old car once, and we had it down to Curries on the corner when you guys were on the corner, and Craig said, "Let me talk to my dad." Wasn't too long later, Craig's dad showed up for coffee with Rich, and popped the hood on that old car, and he looked down there and rubbed his chin, and then just told whoever was in there, I don't remember who was looking at it, but he told them exactly what was wrong with it, and they took him about 10 minutes to fix it, and never had a problem since.
Yeah. He was something, honey. He was a good old... He was just kind of one of those guys, just steady old Mac, wasn't he?
Yep.
Yeah. You got any great memories when you were a kid with him?
Oh, yeah. They used to... Craig used to have an old car he practiced out in the field with before he went to demolition derby. He'd go around circles until he rolled it over a couple of times, and then Mac, he says he didn't want him doing that no more.
Yeah, it's probably smart that he stopped him, huh?
Yeah, because you don't need to roll him over for demolition derby.
Right, yeah, I don't know why you'd do that. He wasn't wild, but he had a little wild streak in him, huh?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Everybody does.
Right, yeah. So what else did you guys do that you remember that was kind of out of the ordinary? Did you guys hunt or fish or anything?
Yeah, we went fishing a few times.
Smelt dipping. Oh, my God.
Oh, we used to go up to Tawas smelt dipping.
Oh, you did, yeah,
We
yeah.
used to go out to Acosta Lake and go ice fishing.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Got out on the lake out there at Acosta. He had, of course, every car he ever had, he souped it up so it'd go crazy.
Right.
Got out on the ice and we couldn't get off.
Oh, really?
The water had melted on the edge.
Ooh.
The ice had melted. So we went out on the middle of Acosta and he wound it up pretty fast. Oh, the ice and snow flew when we hit the edge of the lake. But we got up out of there.
I can see him doing that. You know what? He
Just went right up over the bank.
Yeah, he had. I can't say it on the air, but he had a lot of guts, didn't he?
Yeah.
No fear, Craig. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, yeah. How about, did he like to hunt at all?
Oh, yeah, he was a good hunter.
Yeah.
He's at his house.
He
Mostly.
had a hunting party every year at his house.
Oh, deer hunting?
Yeah, at the garage. Yeah, we'd clean the garage out and he'd have a hunting party.
Okay.
Him and Carl Walston and Phil Musser, they were all buddies too. They
Had a good
had a hunting party every year there. And
Boy, you know.
always come up with a big deer.
Yeah.
I think he called them in. They come to him.
Oh, yeah. You know, it wasn't so political back then, was it? Those guys just worked hard and let the government run the show and got up in the morning, worked hard and played hard. And, you know, I smile because I love Phil Mustard, too, and that Dave Walston, he was a great guy, too, and Carl, his brother, and then you. And you guys had quite a little group there. Who else was in that group with you guys?
Oh, Dwayne Anderson
Oh, yeah.
and
There's so many you can't.
Yeah, there was a lot of them, huh?
To each other, all friends.
Yeah, yeah. Is that how you got into cars, Mike? I know you've always had some nice cars, too.
Well, I was interested in them, and like I was telling my wife there, when I was 14 years old, I owned 4 cars.
Wow.
My mother
Jeez.
said one time she came home and she says, "You can't have any more cars. I don't have any place to park."
Right. Well, you remind me of Ralph Manting. You guys always had to have a nice car. You always had nice Olds, didn't you? Cutlass.
Yeah, I had a couple of Oldsmobiles, nice ones.
Yeah. And then old Ralph always liked Camaros. And what did Craig like? I don't remember his so much. He had older cars, didn't he?
Yeah, he built cars too.
Yeah.
I think the one he really liked was he had a 35 Ford pickup.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Red one.
I wonder if he's got any left over there. You know, you think, huh?
No, when he moved to Grand Blanc,
Uh-huh.
he did some swapping down there, and he had a 68 Riviera.
Okay.
He took that to some shows,
Oh, yeah.
and then he swapped that off for a 51 Chevy pickup. Took that to some shows while he was down to Flint, Grand Blanc area, and then they sold that him and his new wife there, they bought a house. And they sold that, and then he got to be some pretty good friends down there in Grand Lake. That's a car haven down there.
Mm-hmm. Well, I know wherever he met good friends, didn't he?
Yeah.
He had a
Like
lot.
I said, if you ever met him and were with him any time at all, you liked him.
Yeah.
He was nice. And he'd do anything for anybody.
Yeah, he would.
So, if they needed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to miss him. I do.
I know you will. How about one last memory? What's the best memory you have of Craig McDonald that you'll take forever?
Well, one time we got on a couple of snowmobiles in the city, and there was weather like this.
Mm-hmm.
And we would have made it to Reed City, but there was the Brown Bungalow and the Paris Bar.
Oh, yeah.
And we didn't get quite that far to Reed City.
Really? That was as far as you went, huh?
Yeah, we went to Brown Bungalow, and then we went to the Paris Bar, and then we went home.
Yeah. Oh, my Lord, you guys were something
But it
else.
was really bad weather. It was bad weather, deep snow, and we were lucky to get our snowmobiles home.
Right. Yeah, it's back in the day when we used to get a lot more snow than we have right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's for sure. Well, if there's nothing else, I know we could talk about him forever, but I really appreciate you calling up on your friend Craig McDonald because he's one of those guys that made Big Rapids what it is today and the character that we have because people come here, they always say the same thing to me. We come and enjoyed the welcoming that people gave us here in Big Rapids. You know, you go downtown, you got Carlene down there, Kilwins, and her husband there, Brian, and they welcomed people to Big Rapids. You got Schuberg's Bar, you got Zott's Bar. Every place you go, you got welcoming. Well, back in the 70s, it was McDonald's Golf right there at State Street where the marathon is at Boulder and State. People would come to their store and say, this is a nice little town. These McDonald's are great people. And, you know, I really feel bad for Dan because, you know, he's down in Florida. And I'm getting a little bit sensitive here, but two brothers were locked in pretty close there, those two guys. And two of a kind, man. Their mother and dad just did a wonderful job raising two great Americans for sure. I mean, I just think the world of them. They're very loyal to Big Rapids, always were, and would do anything to make Big Rapids better. So I just want to thank the good Lord for giving us Craig for as many years as he has. And
Dan and Mac McDonald.
Yeah. And Mac McDonald, great people, that's for sure. Well, they aren't going to be forgotten in the Curries' minds because I know the Curries really appreciated Craig and Dan, still going on to this day, him and his wife, Julie, and our condolences to the family. Condolences to you, Mike, because I know you two are like brothers, and I really am. Thoughts and prayers are with you and the family there, and Troy and
Thank you very
his daughter.
much.
Yep. Brooke there, she was a great lady. You produced two great kids there, didn't he?
Yep.
Well, God bless you, Mike, and thanks for calling in.
Okay, thank you.
You bet. Bye-bye. Yeah, what more can you say about the McDonald's? You know, that's pretty fitting, isn't it, Bob? You never knew him, but I tell you what, he was just a great guy.
There you go.
Yep. We've lost some other ones, too. We've lost Marv Thompson. I'll just take a minute on Marv. He was a great softball player. He worked for Tom Waldron back in the day as a bricklayer. Hard-working guy, loved to have fun. He had a group of friends that were lifelong friends forever. Like one was Brian Kelly. Brian looked at him or watched out for him the last couple of years. He'd been going through a lot of trouble. And his brother-in-law, I think it was, the old coach down there at Morley Stanwood. I'll think of his name in a minute. My Lord, I'm going old. Pete, I'm catching up to you. Coach, I always called him Coach. But anyway, Chippy's son-in-law. Remember Chippy from Made Right Potatoes? Potato chips? Okay. And then, anyway, Marvin's passed on. He graduated in 68. I was corrected. I thought he graduated in 69, but Deb Knopf helped me out on that. He's passed. Dorothy Birch, what can you say? beautiful lady. Her funeral's today at 11 o'clock at St. Mary's. Ed and Dorothy raised some great kids there at Pierre Marquette and State. The house is still there today. The boys own it. Ed, what can you say? He was the mayor of Big Rapids years ago, and Dorothy stood by his side, and they were very much involved at St. Mary's School for many years. Their kids went there. Ed and Dorothy supported St. Mary's Parish right up till the end. And she was in church the Sunday before she passed, I'm pretty sure, in a wheelchair. Her daughter was blessed to be able to come home and help her mother in her final year here. And I'm sure she's up there with the saints around the throne, that's for sure. Norm Hopkins, you know, you think of Norm, it reminds you of Grant Center. They're all the same out there. They're all hard-working people. Nobody's broke out there because they work hard. Norm worked hard. He worked on a lot of projects out there. He did a lot of pole barns with his brother-in-law, Tom Hansen. He married Tommy Ryan's daughter. Tom did too, so they're brother-in-laws. They lived close together there their whole life. Both of them hit 80 years old. Tom's still alive. He's 80. Norm's 80 years old when he passed. He loved the bowl. He liked the golf. He loved his grandkids. He was an all-American guy too, you know, and had that quaint smile. He was quite a bowler, and he was quite a golfer. One thing he wasn't a big mouth. He just kept to himself a little bit, had a good time. Don't get me wrong, he didn't have a good time. He liked to square dance with all of them out there in Grant Center, but they just have a nice community up there, and they've just lost another one there because I tell you, his grandson Ryan, his nephew Ryan, he worked with him, and he like he said yesterday, I was so thankful to have an uncle like Norm and to work with him every day and learned his trade. Ryan still does some building with his dad, Tom. 80 years old, Tom is, and he was in yesterday. Yep, had a nice talk with him. Yeah, that's old, Pete. But he doesn't look 80 years old. None of you guys do. So the 80 today is the old 60, I think, isn't it? I think it's because you guys don't smoke pot. But anyway, condolences to that family, Norm's family, great family. Then birthdays, I just wanted to touch on them real quick. Margaret Cole turns another year older. Tony Snavely. You have Cheryl Harris talking about Grant Center, the supervisor out there. Cheryl turns another day older. She's got to be 70 years old. Bob Gruntz out there, you know, Gruntz Sports Center down here. Sports Center, I should call it the beer wine store. Gruntz store there. What's that, third or fourth generation, Bob? I think Bob is second generation, actually. His sons are taking over. That's third. Bob Gruntz, another day older. Chris Long, Pete's stepson. You might want to wish Chris Long a birthday. Don't want to forget Tammy Fuller, Bill Fuller's baby girl. I think she's still here with John Sontag. They haven't left for Florida yet, but Tammy's another year older. Foster Neal, everybody knows Foster. He likes that disc golf stuff. Penny Bowman, Frank's wife, and then my cousin's son, Trevor Straub, turns another year older. So enough of that.
Wait a minute. Tim Heist turned, his birthday was Saturday. He's our superintendent of schools.
Are we going to go back a week now? Or
Yeah, no, I just found out.
Oh, good. Well, my sister Nancy turned 79 yesterday, so one more year, she's the big 80. She's outlived my mother and dad 4 years now. She always wanted to hit 75 like they did, but she's hit 79. She's doing really great thanks to her wine that she has every day down there in Hutchinson Beach.
Why don't we take a quick break?
Oh, Bob, I wasn't done yet.
Oh, okay. Well, be done because you're drinking your coffee. I figured I'd give you some time.
I want to take a quick break here.
Yeah.
I want to say that.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you, Bob. I'm going to take a quick break here and thank our sponsors, and I really mean our sponsors. Without them, I'd still be here, but the radio station might not be. So
that's it.
Anyway, then
it's
when
hard
we come
for you
back,
to be on with no radio station.
we come back, I'm going to talk to a good old friend of mine that I used to chew gum and drink Coke out of the Coke machine out in front of my dad's gas station at Maple and State. This guy worked for George Wood. That's where I met him and all those other great mechanics and people that worked next door to my dad's place there. Boy, we have a lot of history to talk about. We'll be right back.
All right. On Curry's Corner, B1039.
Dale I've known for many, many years, and I tell you what, when somebody needs some help, he's there. Just like your typical Mecosta County resident, Dale Whaley is a good American. So if you're ever looking for a drywaller for free estimate, call Dale. I'm telling you, you're going to be happy with his work. I have recommended Dale to a lot of people, and you know what the greatest compliment I've ever gotten is thanks for sending Dale. He did a great job for me. Guy's just fantastic. Just not only is a drywaller, but DW2 drywalling, but just a great person. It doesn't hurt to have him come into Curry's either. There's just so many good things about Dale. He's just a great American, and give him a call, DW2 Drywall at 231-679-0475. That's right, 231-679-0475. Dale Whaley is DW2 Drywall, greatest guy on drywalling end of it.
I'm Seth Wenger from Wenger Insurance. For more than 100 years, we've been providing professional service and competitive insurance to West Michigan. Come visit us on Perry Street in Big Rapids or give us a call at 796-0778. We're here for you now, and we'll be here when you need us most. 796-0778.
My name is Drew, and I'm 6 years old, and Sue Bean is my Giga.
Giga has worked with all kinds of people, helping them find the home of their dreams.
Giga is also my grandmother. She loves working with adults who are serious about finding a piece of property that suits their needs.
Giga drives us everywhere. She's pretty sweet, but the best path she drives is getting you to the closing table.
Sue Bean, Big Rapids Realty, 231-580-9546.
That's 231-580-9546. Or email her at sbean@bigrapidsrealty.com.
Did your car break down right before the winter?
I don't think you can park there.
I know I can't park there.
At Paris Auto Sales, you can get approved with as little as $500 down, and they'll even take your broken down car as a trade. So when the wind starts howling and the snow starts flying, you'll be glad you upgraded to a dependable car, truck, or SUV from Paris Auto Sales. Don't let the winter leave you stranded. Get ahead of the cold with unbeatable deals at Paris Auto Sales, North and South locations. Interest rates are as low as they've been in 5 years, and they're perfect for all credit types, even if your credit isn't perfect. Drive happy, drive prepared. Paris Auto Sales, your trusted used car center of Big Rapids.
Where do you go for Michigan's #1 concealed pistol license course? The same place thousands of Michigan residents have over the past 15 years, the Barrington Firearms Training Center. The BFTC conducts state-certified CPL courses right here locally inside the Barrington Conservation Club at 3444 18 Mile Road in Barrington. For just $99, all you need to bring us is your Michigan ID to these all-inclusive one-day CPL courses, which include the use of firearms, ammo, eye and ear protection, coffee and donuts in the morning, and lunch at noon. That's right, just $99 gets you everything needed to take the police department instructed course that includes the training necessary to safely load, unload, handle, and store your firearm. Students will also be trained on when it is legal to defend themselves with a firearm under Michigan's Stand Your Ground law and Castle Doctrine. Call 231-250-7257 or go online at michigancpltraining.com to register for one of their upcoming $99 all-inclusive CPL courses. Get armed, get trained at the Barrington Firearms Training Center.
When the time comes to say goodbye, you need a funeral home that understands your family's needs. The Monk Janowitz Funeral Home in Big Rapids and the Janowitz Family Funeral Home in Remus have been a trusted part of this community for generations. They do take care of every family like their own, and they hear it time and time again.
My name is Christina Beers. I would say there's lots of funeral homes in the area, but there's only a small few that can do it with class and with quality and with that personal touch and care. And I would put Janowitz Family Funeral Home at the very top of that list.
Let them help guide you through a challenging time with care, respect, and compassion. The Monk Janowitz Funeral Home in Big Rapids and the Janowitz Family Funeral Home in Remus. Local, professional, and here for you when it matters most.
Hooked at Curry.
Hey, I want to tell you something. Their sandwiches are incredible. But get the cheeseburger with caramelized onions. You won't ask where the beef is.
Where is the beef?
We're back, Bob.
It's on WBZX Big Rapids.
Well, you know, Pete and I were talking last night. You say, where were you and Pete talking last night? Well, we were talking at the Sawmill Bar right across the river there on Monday night.
Action?
Huh?
A little euchre action?
Yep. It's 7 o'clock every Monday night. We have a gathering of people from Paris all over. I won't tell you if we're from Stanwood, too, and we're going to talk to a guy from down there in Rogers Heights. But, Pete, I'm going to give you a couple of minutes and brag about you a little bit, blow a little smoke out there and say how much fun you had last night. Thanks to me, I played cards against him. Would you have 3 loners?
Yeah, 2 right in a row.
Yeah, and then his wife finished it off the 8th hand. His wife had 3 loners against me, and I stopped her on the one with an ace of spades at the end. Otherwise, she'd have had 4 loners and 1 game. But anyway, we played 8 games. We started at 7 o'clock, and last night it got over at 9, so you still get home in time to get to bed early.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of fun. I really appreciate Fred doing that over at Sawmill Bar there at 7 o'clock on Mondays. Pete.
Hey, I just wanted to say hi to Jeannie Fribley. Gosh darn it. And the FedEx drivers that always come down from Cadillac. But I really want to say hi to Ben Walworth. He came in to get his sandwich right away.
The next day.
And I paid for it. So I just want to let you know, Ben, I hope you choked on it maybe, or you really liked it. But I want to see you back in there buying sandwiches at Curry's. And if you don't, that's at Hooked at Curry's. They're very, very, very good. But the euchre last night was kind of nice. The one that put me over the top was Abby, Pat's daughter. She got a loner, and I beat one of the other guys by 2 points. And
oh, wow, Larry.
Yeah, Larry
I know, he was
from
pretty
Morley.
hot.
Oh, yeah. And he tried a loner the last hand. He got stopped.
He had 50, huh?
He had 55, and I think I had 57.
Because I think he had 50 going into the
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
I thought he ended up winning because normally 40-something would win it.
But he didn't know who he was playing against, really.
You were hot.
Pat Curry, the man.
The first one you won?
Yeah, I came in third and I came in second, but I've never won one before.
Wow,
But I got the $15 gift certificate. I might buy you a glass of water.
There you go.
Next week, but I don't know. But yeah, it was a great time, and I want to thank everybody for playing with me. Had a good time.
Cards?
Yeah. Yeah. What else would you think at 80?
Well, I don't know. I'm just wondering what you play snowmobiles, you play cards, you play the whole works, yeah. But anyway, yeah, that's good, yeah. You had fun. Anything else?
Well, we had I know this is important to you, we had a building site committee yesterday.
Oh, good.
And we went with the initial looking at maybe putting a road.
Oh, great.
From over into 215 to the high school by the football field.
Yeah.
And I know that was a very important thing for you. And it's just an initial thing. We had a couple of the architects in there and the construction managers, and we had a very good day. It was about a 3-hour session. So, things are going well in Big Rapids.
What did they think?
They like the idea. It's going to be money for them.
Well, I know, but did they think it was
well, the state mandates sometimes you have an emergency exit.
Okay.
But sometimes for security, it's better to only have one exit, one egress.
Sure.
Because that way you can control who comes in, who comes out of
the terrorist.
Yeah.
But what did they say? Did they think it's feasible? Did they think it's a good idea?
Oh, yeah, well, they're looking at it. We're looking at it, but
is it needed? Did they think it's needed? I think
it's needed, but we have to go to our board. And the board's got to make the decision. I'm only one of 7 votes. So,
what's your principal think? Is he had 2 cents in it?
Our principal? No, you mean our superintendent?
No, your principal at the high school.
Yeah, Ron Pinkham.
Yeah.
I don't really know. I don't think I've talked to Ron about this.
Okay.
I should really ask his opinion, and before the next board meeting, I will.
Yeah, you should.
But
because he sees the traffic coming in and out of there during.
Oh yeah. Well, so does the superintendent. The one that leads us is Tim Heist, and he does a great job. Yeah, great job.
Good.
But this is going to be I think I'll be 90 when I get off the board, and I think this will be my
90.
last.
Isn't that something, Bob?
I think this will be my last.
So is that going to be Pete Kent Boulevard or Pat Curry Boulevard when that opens?
Yeah, well, I don't think so. Yeah. We might call it Hooked at Curry's.
You
but
know, I'm not one, and I mean this too. I don't think it's right to name anything after anybody. We're a community. Nobody has to have their name up there on bright lights for anything at all. It takes a community to make what we have. I would just put on there the Big Rapids Community Drive. You don't need to name anything after anybody.
Why?
Well, what for? I mean, everybody helped build everything we have here. It wasn't just one person. It's every taxpayer.
So if we asked for another bond issue, you would be in favor of it? Because you went over to look at the football field, and you were amazed at what we did there, and you looked at the auxiliary gym. You've seen what we've done at all the schools, and outside, added classrooms and
I'm more concerned.
HVAC. But it's benefiting the children. That's what it's doing. Benefiting the
we just
kids.
want to make sure our kids are educated.
There you go.
Well,
We won't
here's
go
your
there.
compromise. You want to compromise for egress.
We won't go any
egress
further than
is
saying
one way in, which is through the school, and then the one out to 215th would be the exit only.
Yeah, but you know something? A traffic jam. You go out to California on the 5 or 405, and
we're not.
And but you go to Detroit or you go to Lansing or you go down I-96. You have a 20, 30, 40, 50-minute wait. Here, a traffic jam is 2.5 minutes.
Boy, this water's good.
Yeah, 2.5-minute traffic jam. So, and you know, we have just like 4 football games at home every year.
Yeah, but you have how many?
And we have band
concerts,
festivals
one
and
every
concerts.
weekend.
Oh yeah, graduation.
I remember
and,
when the bond was going through. We're going to have a band concert.
We do, and it benefits you for the gas
one
and for the sandwiches.
Yeah.
And people, we say, you know, I always say, go down to Curries and get a sandwich and get some
It
gas.
doesn't work too well, but you do try.
Maybe until we get a movie theater, you can put a screen in and do movies there.
Right.
It's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Theater.
coming. Yeah, theater.
Oh, the theater,
They got
but
the
till
parking
then.
lot in. That's good.
They got it in yet?
Yeah, they got it in. And then you got Dan's, you got Brown's Barbershop right across the street if you need your hair cut before you go to the movies.
Oh, yeah.
And you got Quinn's too, new owner over there. That's good. Yeah. Oh, I want to tell you, you folks, if you want some nice recreation on these cold, cloudy, snowy days, what better way, and then you're supporting a local guy, is the Big Rapids Roller Rink.
That's right.
We go there every Sunday. I haven't gotten.
Do you now?
I haven't gotten on skates in a long, long time, and I still haven't. But my grandchildren are. They're learning how to skate, and they love it. They play basketball, they play softball, they play all the sports you can name except for hockey. And nothing wrong with hockey. Brian Miller, I love hockey, but we just aren't quite up there yet.
Yeah.
And they look forward to Sundays at the roller rink.
Nice.
Yeah, and you know that's a lot of
Carl
nice.
and Bridget Skinner. And Carl wants to come down and talk to you, so we'll get him down here.
He's doing a really good job down there. Get down there and sport him. But you know what? You'll be sporting your kids because it gives them something else. It's an outlet out there on there. They're free as a bird out there floating around there. Boy, and there's some good skaters out there. They can skate backwards, upwards. And just good entertainment. I don't mind it at all. I go in there at 2 o'clock. It opens up on Sundays till 4:30, and it's the fastest 2.5 hours you're going to be watching these kids just having a great time. And you know, in today's world, with everything that's going on in these other states and wherever, it's so disappointing the anger and the hate right now that's going on. You go to Big Rapids Roller Rink, everybody's getting along. It's like you're in a dome of happiness. Everybody, you ever been there, Pete?
Yeah.
Have you?
Well, we used to have our home shows there because that was the only thing back in the 60s.
Yeah.
And I had my dry cleaners right there next door to it.
Yeah.
So I've been there, yeah.
Yeah, we haven't been very good to John Turner.
Well, I'm leaving. I just want to tell you, and I'm sorry, John.
Well, that's all
I'm
right.
leaving. I got to go.
You can stay for a minute. We're going to introduce John
Well, while
Turner.
you were talking about the roller rink, Sunday night, come on down. I'm DJing.
I wasn't done with the roller rink. I was going to ask our guest, John Turner, which is 80 years old too, Pete.
80?
He's in the 80s.
Oh, wow, you are old.
And they had a memorial for Jack Cooley a couple Saturdays ago, and I was talking to John. We sat together there and reminiscing about the day of old. And I said, well, you ought to come on the radio station because you got a lot of history of a lot of people down there in Rogers Heights. And he'll go back and we'll talk about Franken Woods. So we're going to start right back when he was a kid. And
Do you know Kim Wells? Yeah. We have coffee every morning at Curries.
Yeah. And so I'm going to ask John, have you ever been to the road rink, John, back in the day?
Every Saturday when I was a kid. My mother worked at Dibbles downtown here, and Saturday we were farm kids, and Saturday was our day. So we would come in, and I don't remember when it was in the afternoon open, but we'd come in, and my dad would bring us in, and we'd skate until, just before she got out of work, you know. Yeah, so and then the sock up every Saturday night, you know, we were always in there, yeah.
How much was it to skate? You remember? Maybe
no, but it wasn't very much. No. I mean, a quarter, maybe. I don't know. Yeah. It wasn't
cheap.
Much. It was very cheap.
Yeah.
It was very cheap.
What did your dad drive back then?
What did he drive?
Yeah.
You know, it's a funny thing. He was never much for new vehicles, you know.
Right. Yeah.
And talking about Frankenwood, back in them days, Frankenwood was a Hudson dealer.
A what?
A Hudson dealer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah.
Or
International Tractor and Hudson Cars.
Okay.
And that's what he had. And he started, his first one was a 49.
Wow.
We used, but yeah, that's what he drove back in the day.
So Frankenwood started that there right next to my dad's gas station? Who was the first owner there?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't. They were there from the time I can remember.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so that was George Wood and Tuppy Frank.
Yep.
And they were brother-in-laws.
Brother-in-laws. Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And then they were there in 49 that you remember.
Yep. I believe so. You know.
And so then they just had that little black building at that time, didn't they?
Yeah. It was just that main building right next to your gas station there. The back part hadn't been built yet.
Right. And did they have service back then?
Oh yeah, that was their biggest thing.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, they didn't sell a lot, but the service was their big thing. Yeah.
Do you remember who worked there for them as a mechanic?
Well, Too Good.
Oh, Dale did.
That's where he started.
Dale Too Good.
Yeah, that's where he started on the tractor side and that kind of thing. Steve, what was Steve's name? Steve was a chainsaw guy. What the heck was his name? Yeah.
But Dale Too Good was one of the first mechanics there.
Yep, he was. Yeah.
Boy, he could fix anything, couldn't he?
That man was a genius.
Yeah, he was.
He was.
He could do anything.
He used to have that gas station too.
Total.
Because his girlfriend used to come out and pump my gas.
Oh, really?
I didn't go there, but in case I was going to get my gas pumped.
Your gas. Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's when he left Frankenwood. He left Frankenwoods after Ken Long went.
Ken Long,
yeah. And then he went up there and bought that gas station. I never really understand it. He wanted me to go to work for him, but I had been at Frankenwoods for many years at that point. So I never did.
So what year did you go to Frankenwoods?
The fall of 1964.
Wow. So you were right there back in the good old days, weren't you?
Yeah.
I remember when I was a kid working for my dad there, and you and Jim Flowers and Ed Nelson and Tom.
Jess Van Sickle.
Yep,
Old Jess.
Yeah. And then your service writer, or they called him service writer, service manager was Dale Too Good then.
Yep. He was. Yep.
And then Dale left. Well, first of all, let's go back. I can remember Ed Nelson getting there at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, Ed, yeah, many days. Well, back in those days, we took care of consumers' power trucks.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, we took care of them, and they had to be on the road at 8 o'clock. So whenever him and I both, he did it a lot, but him and I both would get in there and whatever they had to have. It didn't matter in those days. Whatever we had to do, we had to have them out there by 8 o'clock, and then we still put in our shift. We still put in our day.
What time did you go on there then? You were there early.
Yeah. Well, we started at 8 officially, but most of us got there anywhere from 6 to,
But that Ed used to get there. I drove wrecker for Dad back in the day.
Yeah.
Hell, I'd drive in at 2 o'clock in the morning, and Ed would be pulling in there, and I said, "What are you doing?" He was prepping cars.
He prepped cars, yeah. Ed done all the undercoating and all the new cars. And of course, in those days, new cars come all coated in a coating that was just simply miserable to get off. I mean, you literally washed them with, we'd call it mineral spirits today, but it was,
Why was that? What?
To protect the finish. Paint wasn't as good. Yeah, they were covered in it was a nasty stuff, and it took forever to clean them things up. And, of course, Ed got them all ready, and then he mechanicked all day, or whatever needed to be done, But that's the kind of, I tell people, I've walked in there many days like this at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning. They'd hand you a stack of work orders. Cars didn't start. They didn't start like they do now.
I know.
They'd hand you 10 boxes of spark plugs. You grab a few tools in the service truck, make sure the jumper cables are all there, and go out and change plugs and get people started so they can go to work.
I know. I remember that.
Yeah, be out there till sometimes half the day, 3/4 of the day,
You just pull them in there, and you guys say, "Hey, wait a minute, push us in here, push us in. We don't want to work outside today." You had quite a few bays there too, didn't you?
We did. Yeah, we did.
Then who who was your wash boy back then? You always had a wash boy in there.
Boy, that's where I started, but then I graduated very quickly on. But we had several high school kids. There was a lot of high school kids that would come in, you know, especially in the summertime. They work all summer. Some of them stayed during the winter part-time, you know.
Tell us a little bit about George Wood, you know, what he was like to work for, what kind of guy he was. I could tell stories about him, but
you know,
your
George,
eyes, you worked for him.
George was really a fair guy. Hardly ever shop for something. Hi, how's it going? You know, but George was a great guy to work for. He was just a great individual. Every year when he moved out of town, he lived in town up in Michigan there for many years, and then he moved out in the country. And every year we'd do a pig roast. We'd all get together. Ed and I done a lot of that, but get together and we'd be there all night cooking pig, and then all our families were there during the day for a day. George was a great guy to work. George and Tough both really great guys to work for. You couldn't ask for anybody. Very personal, cared about your family. You know, if you had problems, they were right there. They were right there.
They had a lot of longevity there with the boys, didn't they?
They sure did. Yeah, they sure did.
Salesmen
and then of course Tuffy had a real heart condition. And he just had to get out. And then George kept on, you know, for a long time afterwards. But no, never worked for better guys, really. He just you couldn't. They were super.
What did so all mechanics were you and Jim Flowers? You guys pretty close, weren't you?
Yeah, Jim and I and Ed and old Jess Van Sickle.
Yeah, that's right.
They were the guys were there when I started.
Jess was there too?
Oh yeah, old Jess was there.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
Yeah. I learned the biggest part of what I learned from him. Jess was just an old down to earth mechanic. You know?
Are we talking about the Jess that's a few years older than me?
No.
Or his dad?
His dad.
Oh, see, I don't think I remember him.
No. Old Jess was out of there. I'm trying to think, but I think old Jess got out of there in about 1970. I think he got out in about 1970. Yeah.
Okay.
He got where he'd only work in the summer, go to Florida in the winter.
Okay.
You know, but they always let him come and work what he wanted because he was very good at what he did.
Yeah.
You know, very good.
So then his boy come in.
Yeah, Jess came in right after high school.
Yep.
I mean, he would come in with him on days, and especially in the summertime, he'd come in. But they mechanicked in their garage at home all the time.
Yeah.
You know, and so, yeah, and Jess was a good mechanic. Jess was a good mechanic when he came to work there.
Yeah. You look back, though, that whole family of Van Sickles from Barrington to Big Rapids.
That was what they did.
They were mechanics.
Yeah, they were.
All of them, the whole family.
Yeah. Jim Flowers was our automatic transmission guy. That was his. Automatic transmission and Corvairs. Him and I somehow got in them Corvairs.
Was he relation to you, Jim Flowers?
No, I just knew Jim I started working there, and he wasn't all that much older than I was, and you know, and so we, yeah.
So what is your fondest memory or funniest memory from the old days back at Frank Woods there? Did Dale play any?
You know, Dale was a great guy, and he was a good mechanic, but he was extremely hard to work for.
Was he?
He was extremely hard to work for.
He was very stressful, wasn't he?
He was a real high-strung guy, and he wanted to see everybody taken care of. Yeah. And it was just a push. Yeah. I don't know. You know, we had so many good times because we were family.
Yeah, I know.
We were all family. We had just so many good times. It's hard to point one out. Yeah. I mean, we would do a lot of things together.
That's kind of why Dale got out of it, wasn't it?
Stress
was killing him.
The stress was killing him. It was just, you know, it's like everything in our world kept going, and everybody had to have everything right now, you know, and it was just too tough for him. He couldn't cut that any longer.
Yeah, and then at that time, at the end of Dale's term there, did he have an assistant? Was that Dave Mishler or no?
Dave, yeah. Dave was his first assistant.
Okay.
And then Weldon Risch came in.
Who?
Weldon Risch.
Oh, okay.
I had went to school with him.
Okay.
And he came in. Dave went and done something else, and I don't remember what now, but Dave went and done something else, and Weldon came in, and he stayed there. Well, until after I got out.
How about Jim Romine? He came in right.
Jim came in right after Dale.
Yeah.
Yep, him and Weldon. And, Jim was good to work.
Yeah, he was.
Jim was a great guy to work for.
Yeah.
Very, very agile. He,
He was kind of the opposite of Dale, wasn't he?
Very much so. Very much so. Yeah, he's more laid back. He didn't. We knew we had to get done.
Yeah.
We knew we had to get done.
Right.
He said many times, these 15-minute oil changes came in. He said that was nothing new. We did that all the time. But we knew what had to be done.
Jim, he had that humor side of him.
Yeah, he did.
That helped him a lot. I think,
he
could handle that stress.
Yeah, it wasn't nothing for Jim to something and laugh about it, or something.
Yeah.
But there was a very serious side to him too. I mean, he knew things had to be done, and he got them done.
Yeah,
he got them done. But Jim was a little bit better at handling customers. Mm-hmm. He could take that in stride a little bit better.
Yeah, what I remember, Jim, is hauling cars in there. You always had to kind of laugh because hey, no, I don't want it there. I want it over there. But he'd be smiling at me, saying he's only joking around. But he was very good with people. I remember him taking a bad situation and helping them get through that and make people smile when they were done.
Yeah.
He had a pretty good gift that way.
He did. He did. Yeah. And he was good with us guys, too. Yeah. He was good with us guys.
I think George really liked him a lot.
He did. George, he was a good pick. It was a good pick to get
He came
Jim.
from Joe's Service.
Yeah, he did.
Didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
He used to sell tires down there, Goodyear.
Yep.
Where Van Grease is now.
Yeah, Jim was good. Jim was a good boss. In fact, we saw him there at the memorial. Yeah. And that's the first time I run into him occasionally. But him and I can always sit down.
Yeah, what did he joke around that day? He said he moved or something, didn't he? Always BS.
Always something with him.
But it was all about that. So when you left Chevrolet Garage there, was that still at Maple and State then?
Yeah.
Okay, so you didn't go with them down to the new place?
No, I was getting tired of it, and I farmed along with while I was there. I farmed too, and I don't know. Look, hindsight, I should have stayed. But I wanted to try farming for a shot again. I was born doing it. I wanted to try farming again for a shot, and it was doing pretty good. So I did. I don't regret it.
Cows or what?
No, I raised hogs.
Hogs?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I
raised
that.
hogs.
12 mile or 11
mile. Yeah, I raised hogs right there in family farm where I am now.
A lot of them too.
I did. Yeah, we had around 700 at one time.
Wow.
But we did. We did. And the kids were young, and my kids were young, and it was just a good way to spend time with them. And I don't regret it at all because they learned a lot of good work ethic. We were doing it while I worked. They helped ever since they were little, but it was good for them. They really knew what to do to go out and go to work. They never had any problem getting a job,
So back then, you'd take them to the sale then, or how?
Yeah. Well, I didn't have to do it very long because we raised feeder pigs, and I didn't have to do it very long because guys started learning that I had them, and we went to pretty good lengths to get good stuff, and we did, and so we always could get rid of just about everything we needed to right there at home.
Wow.
We had people coming by them.
People or a big company?
No, just people.
Really?
But I had several pretty good raisers. Had guys who raised quite a lot. We had a good clientele.
So did you raise your own feed there and stuff?
A lot, yeah. We did a lot. We farmed a lot of ground around there for a while.
Now, if a little 4-H'er asked you, would you feed that pig to make it grow and weight so fast? What would you say to feed a pig?
Well, I think you gotta come with a good ration that they gain weight per pound of feed, and we had a good ration figured out. But I think the thing that back when I started that, well, if you had a boar, it was good, but we went to purebred stock, and we raised our own, and I think it was just. We raised our own pigs. We didn't go out and buy.
But did you raise your own corn then and stuff?
We do a lot of it. Yeah, we got to the point we couldn't raise enough.
Then where'd you mill that at? Did you have your own?
Big Rapids.
Okay, you took it in there.
Yeah, in the round mills. Yeah.
Chopped her up.
Yeah. Well, then eventually we got our own mill. But
You did?
Yeah, we got our own grinder
So
mixer.
how many years did you do that?
Let's see, I did that for about 8 years.
Okay. So back then, did Ellison still have the meat house down there?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Did you take a lot over there?
Yeah, our own butcher hogs. Yeah, what we did for ourselves or what we did for people.
Oh, you butchered them yourself?
No, we took them over there.
Okay.
We took them over there, you know, and we started raising some for other people, you know, that we
So
would sell.
Ellison's, they were pretty big into that, weren't they?
They were good at that. They were bigger
Lester and
at
Bob and Don.
Yeah, Harry.
Harry.
Yeah,
Yep,
Harry did most of the butchering.
Oh.
Lester'd be in there, you
Yeah.
know, but yeah.
They're great people.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
got stories about them Ellisons?
Oh, yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
They were.
Yeah, they were quite people.
Well, Lester's quite a humorous guy, but
Yes.
Harry was too, wasn't he?
He was, yeah. Harry wasn't as much as Les and Bob, you know. Harry was more of a serious guy.
How about Don then? He was.
Oh, Don was a great guy. Yeah, Don was great. You know, Don worked for the gas company, and he was kind of on the other spectrum. He did enjoy doing things that they didn't particularly.
But you're closer to Rogers Heights. Back in the day, what made Rogers Heights what it is?
You know, the community.
Okay.
The community. I got to thinking about that a lot. It was after you and I talked. The community. You know, we were one of the only communities in the country at that point where, which is a town hall now, the community built that building.
Oh, really?
Yep. There was the old, what they call the Green Lantern, which was right next to it, and known all over the country for dances and that kind. People came from all over, and the community seen a need, and they all got together. I know my dad did, and all of them down there got together, and they literally built that building. They didn't
Tell people where that Green Lantern was.
Yeah, it was 11 mile, but it was to the east, down toward the river. It was just a half a mile down
Still there, right?
I know the building's not.
Okay.
Old building's not
But is
there
that
anymore.
where there's a building there today?
That is the town hall now.
Right, and that's where the Green Lantern was.
Yeah, right in that. Well, it's a parking lot now. It's a community.
Right.
But the guys all got together in the community, and they built that building, and you know they had it for a long, long time. They eventually turned it over to the township, but. They built that baseball field. We had one of the only rural baseball fields around.
Yeah.
You know, and I knew we were going to talk about this. And Carmen Thompson had the gas station and service station right there. You know, we actually had two, but one just had a gas pump. But Carmen had this gas station, service station, and they had built the baseball field. And I was just a little kid when they did that. And he said, "Boy, we need bleachers." And so he sat at the gas station, and he built that set of bleachers.
Really?
And then they're still there. They still use them. But he built them and hauled them down there.
Wow.
Yeah. Somehow or another, he got somebody he knew at the gas company to furnish a big pipe. And he built them things, you know. And it was we played baseball down there when I ride a bike down there, you know.
Who else was down there? Some of the names that you remember, the Wilson?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, yeah,
I
sure.
didn't know him, but I knew Maureen real well.
Yep. Yeah, her dad. Yeah, I knew
What did
him.
he do?
I don't remember. I was just a little kid when he was there, you know. My dad knew him quite well, you know. And then, we had right across from the Citgo gas station. Now, that house, there was a little gas station and store there.
Oh, was there?
Yeah.
The house is still there, right?
House still there. Yep.
I'll be darned. I don't remember that.
Funny thing, that's the first place I ever saw TV.
Oh, is that right?
The people that owned it, my dad got be friends with them, and as we all were in the community, and we knew everybody. And they had a TV. It's the first TV I ever saw, you know. But you know, Rogers Heights. What helped make Rogers Heights? Brood Archery.
Oh,
Brood
really?
Archery had, they actually manufactured bows right where it's Sean Thibault has it now, but they had the flea market there and stuff. That gray building right next to the body shop.
Okay.
And that Brood Archery put that in there to build bows.
Really?
And then I don't know why they got rid of that building, but they actually moved in. They leased which was the town hall now. They leased that and built bows in there for a period of time before they come to Big Rapids. You know?
Yeah. How about, when I was a kid driving truck for my dad, we didn't go by, go up 22 Mile Road and 215th, and it's right there at the corner. We went by markers, like Green Lantern Corners.
Yeah.
Dad would say, go down to Green Lantern Corner, turn right, go out there 2 miles, and it turns into 5 miles, whatever, or whatever.
Right.
And then he'd say, go to Bell's Corners.
Yep.
Do you remember a lot of those markers?
I do. Yeah, I
Could
do.
you name a few of them?
Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
one that really comes to my mind is still called Eagle Hill. It just across the bridge going south there.
Really?
Yeah, you go east. You turn east and go up that big hill.
Yeah.
That was Eagle's Hill.
I didn't know.
Yeah. But some of them I just forget.
Yeah, but like Bell's Corners, and then the one down at 5 Mile Road, that was called?
That was, Borland.
Borland Corners.
Borland
That's right,
Corners.
Yeah, 'cause that was a gas station there.
Yep,
right?
that was a gas station there.
Nancy McHugh's dad mom had that, I think.
Yep. And then there was so many of them back then.
But that's what we went by. We didn't go by the...
11 Mile, they didn't... what's that?
No, we didn't know where 11 Mile Road was. It wasn't 11 Mile. Oh, Doyle's Corners.
Doyle's. Oh, yeah, definitely. That was 12 Mile. Yeah, that's 12 Mile.
So that was Doyle's Corners.
Yeah.
And then right on up to, Gilbert's there. What the heck was that called? That does.
Emmons.
Emmons Corner.
Emmons Corners. Yeah, right. Emmons Corners, because Emmons had the corner right there. Yeah.
Now, who else was down there in Rogers Heights that we should be talking about? You remember Ferd?
Oh, Ferd Glady. Yeah, he had the restaurant there.
Yeah. Was he a local guy or?
No, Ferd, I forget where he came from originally, but it was down south somewhere. Yeah, Ferd was...
Was there a local guy down there that had a restaurant, though?
Yeah.
There's 2 of them there, right?
Yeah, the restaurants actually...
Oasis, did they go down?
That was Ferd.
Oh, that was Ferd.
That was Ferd. But, he was about the only one there for quite a long... And I forget who had it before him. I do know, too. But, mine doesn't work.
No, that's fine. Then you got Sharon's Restaurant there, and next to that, there's that building there.
Actually, that was several things, but who put that in there first? It was Double Nickel at one time. There were several people tried that.
Maybe Doc Jensen or else there.
Yeah, who tried that the first time?
I think.
It seems like to me, maybe Alan Ritter made us started that the first time. I knew Alan Ritter had a laundry. Had a laundry right where the P&J boutiques or plantations.
Well, weren't you in there for a while? Didn't you?
Yeah, I owned that corner right there. I had the plant store right there, and I owned that building next door.
When did you get into that?
Oh,
wait a minute. Let's back up because we got somebody that's turning 90 years old coming up here. I got to talk about that, and then I'm going to let you talk about him because I think you worked for him. It says here, join us for a birthday party honoring Bill Peters, February 8th, Sunday at 1 o'clock at the Green Charter Township Hall. So you folks out there all remember Peters Appliances. It was right on Maple Street where Jet's Pizza is now. Bill and Nancy Peters, they were very big into Big Rapids back in, I don't know, I'm going to say 70s, 80s. Maybe a little bit of the 90s, and they sold it to a young fella, and then he was there for a while, and then he moved on down to Novi, I think. But anyway, Bill and Nancy, man, I remember buying stuff from them, and they were really, and they serviced what they sold, and God, they were very proud owners. And, it's kind of sad because it'd be nice to see a young guy do that again, but now it's Lowe's or Menards, or online buying, and those guys are a dying breed now. The old appliance stores. But Nancy and Bill are still here with us, and Becky Luce, their daughter, just contacted me the other day, so they're going to have a great celebration February 8th of this year. 90 years old, they're going to be celebrating Bill's birthday. He's doing well. Yeah. Let's talk about them for a minute. You went to work for them after Frank and Woods then?
Well, I went to work I left Frank and Woods, and then, like I said, I farmed. Things were just, big companies were taking over the farming pretty
Right.
heavy, and you were a crossroads. You either had to get much bigger or you had to quit. And we just decided that I knew that someday I was going to have to go back to work. And so, I didn't really have an idea what I wanted to do very much. Saw an ad in the paper that they wanted help, and I walked in there, and it was, and I talked to Bill, and he said, well, what can you do? And I said, well, I can tell you better what I can't do, than what I can. And he said, okay. And so we kind of talked to him a little bit, and never filled out an application, just kind of talked to him a little bit. And he said, well, I've kind of promised another guy. And I said, fair enough. And went home. And a day later, he called me and said, hey, come on back in. I'd like to talk to you. So I went in and consequently went to work for him. And then I was there. That was my first introduction to the appliance business. And then I worked for him, did several things for him through the years. And, it just became one thing to another. And we kind of parted ways, and Bill and I still, I talked to him.
Well, you'll probably be at his party.
Oh, I will. Yeah, no doubt.
How many years did you work for him?
9.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I worked there 9 years.
Yeah,
and, I learned an awful lot from Bill.
I bet.
I learned an awful lot from Bill. And it was good.
You fixed his washers.
I started delivering, and then I learned how to do some fixing, and then I got into the selling, and so just
you were on the floor when I remember going in there.
And
they were the nicest people, weren't
they? They were good to work for. Bill and Nancy were good people to work for. They were fair. I mean, it would just it become a situation, and we just I went and really didn't know what I wanted to do at the point, But then a guy down in Rogers Heights said, hey, we need a store down here. I kind of did a lot of used appliances. And he said, well, why don't you start something down here? Mm-hmm. And the old restaurant building was for sale.
Yeah.
And so he kind of said, well, why don't you get started? He had a bunch of rentals. And he said, I always need that stuff. Why don't you give it a try? So
we did well there.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did very well.
Yeah.
Yep.
You think something reminds you of something. I remember going into that restaurant, and there'd be Les Ellison sitting there with Marv Bowman, which just turned 75 yesterday. His dad. What was his name? Marv Bowman's dad. Oh, Lord.
Yeah, me too.
Brain dead.
Morris,
yeah. Yep. He would be there, and, oh, gosh, maybe Don, his brother. And,
a bunch of old farmers had kind of retired, and that was a morning coffee every day.
Ed Obert.
Oh, yeah. I got, and Jim Obert, I got involved.
Jim,
I got involved with going there for coffee every morning,
Boy, that was quite a community.
It was.
A lot of good stories.
We always we were a good community. We were just a community. I remember one time, when I was just a young guy, one of the neighbors got hurt right at time we should be filling silo.
Uh-huh.
And he got hurt and he couldn't work. And I don't know if he got hurt, he had a heart attack. I can't remember. But he couldn't do it, and his kids were all small. So we all got around and went and done it, and we did that a lot. People, we were just a good community. Yeah. Everybody helped everybody.
Big Rapids was that way too, because saying that, it reminds me when Stuart Hamill found out he had cancer that summer, all that hay had to be put up, and his kids were too little to help. And my God, Tom Hansen, Chuck Franklin, I don't know who.
Oh, there was a bunch.
They all went out there and put all that hay in for Stuart. And, and he didn't have to worry about it. And he was just a staple of our community, died way too young.
And I think Big Rapids, Rogers Heights, Stanwood, Morley, Grand Center, they were all in their own area, and they did what needed to be done. And
everybody, though, back then, it's not like today where you can get on a roll of assistance. We had poor people back then, but they just struggled. I mean, you must have struggled a little bit financially at times, too.
Sure.
You didn't get help, did you?
No. And we had a neighbor many years ago that had small kids, and he worked hard. Him and his wife, she, of course, stayed at home with Most women did at that point.
Right.
Not to say it, but anyway, and they struggled. He worked very hard, and then they struggled, and they didn't have a lot. And I know at deer season, and probably, we'd always make sure they had meat.
Had plenty of meat, huh?
Yep. That's just, we kind of took care of our own.
Yeah.
We didn't, I remember one family had a house fire, and everybody tried to help, and one of the neighbors had a garage. And it was not this time of weather.
Right.
It did turn into it.
Right.
But we went and fixed the garage up. So they had a place to live. They didn't go getting help someplace. They didn't have to, you know. And eventually the guys around, brother-in-laws and things, built the house for her. So, single mother. And she didn't, and she worked every day too. But it was just the struggle, you just didn't have the money.
How many vehicles did you used to have when your kids were little?
My kids, we had one.
One car?
Yep.
Made do. Did your wife work then, or no? Stayed home and took care of the kids?
She actually helped to the farm.
You were married how many years?
Well, the second time, 38.
38 years.
Yeah, the second time.
Wow.
Yeah.
You missed her deeply, I know, don't you?
Yeah.
You guys are pretty close.
Yeah. She was a great worker. She was a great partner and a wonderful wife. Yeah.
What did so when you left? Did you retire when you closed, or did you go to Big Rapids Furniture? Because I remember you worked down.
Oh no, you were talking about Lowe's and Menards. That was the thing. We had Sears, we had Lowe's, we had Menards, and it was getting to the point where a small guy. Like your business, you couldn't have a single pump gas station because you couldn't afford to buy the gas. Right. And that's the way we were becoming. We couldn't buy volume enough to be important and to get the best price.
Right.
And so, it just, in that transition time, I had kind of the sports shop, started that in the other building. And
what did you have in there?
Oh, we had bait and tackle.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, we sold bows. We did a lot of stuff.
Yeah, okay.
And, just my wife and I were kind of figuring out what to do because we knew we had to do something. Yeah. We could not stay in the plants business.
Right.
It was just too competitive.
Right.
And Eric O'Neill come down and seen me, and he said him and his partner were starting Big Rapids Furniture, and kind of long about would I want to come to work for him. He didn't says, I don't want to be competition with you, but that's what we're going to do too. And I said, this consequently, after a couple of visits, he said, would you be interested in coming to work for me? And so I said, well, I don't know. I talked to my wife, which I always did. And she was not the people person that I was, and it was getting to be a long for her. We had it 8 years and almost 9 years. And I said, she said, I really wish you'd do that. And I said, so be it. So I went back and met his partner, Scott, and then I started. They hired me and I started, which actually was a saving grace for me. It really was. It gave me an opportunity to get out and get out of my own, get out of that hassle.
So you sold that down there?
Yeah, and go work,
And then the flower people bought that?
I sold it to him, yep. And then the other building actually took quite a while to sell it, but we eventually sold it,
Now, what's in there now? Flowers and...
Well, next door, the little building, he has flowers and plants and that kind of stuff. In the main building, I built an addition there.
Yeah.
And I actually don't know what's in there.
Okay. How many years did you go to Big Rapids Furniture?
I was there almost 9 years.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
You liked it there.
I did. They were very good to me.
Sell or service?
I sold. They were very good to me. I mean, they really were.
Service?
No, they were. Scott and Eric were very good to me. I certainly. My wife and I told them many times we appreciated it.
Yeah.
Being able to. It really was great for me because I could go to work, do what I did, and I didn't have to worry about it. It was a good deal, and then I had actually no intentions of retiring when I did, even though I was almost 67. I had no intentions of retiring, but then my wife had a terrible stroke, so I was But, you know, I was very fortunate. She was with me 11 years after the stroke, and her and I did a lot of things together, you know. But I had to retire because I had to be able to be home with her.
Well, we're going to take a break here, Bob. Potty break, we call it, and thank our sponsors, Seth and all those people, DW2, Paris Auto, Janowitz, right. Curries, Pennzoil. Who else? Who am I missing, Bobby?
Oh, well, let's see. I'm looking down the list.
Play
DW2.
You talk about it.
I'll
be right back.
Yep, right here. B1039, Curries Corner. It's 15 minutes before 10 o'clock here on B1039.
Did your car break down right before the winter?
I don't think you can park there.
I know I can't park there.
At Paris Auto Sales, you can get approved with as little as $500 down, and they'll even take your broken down car as a trade. So when the wind starts howling and the snow starts flying, you'll be glad you upgraded to a dependable car, truck, or SUV from Paris Auto Sales. Don't let the winter leave you stranded. Get ahead of the cold with unbeatable deals at Paris Auto Sales, North and South locations. Interest rates are as low as they've been in 5 years, and they're perfect for all credit types, even if your credit isn't perfect. Drive happy, drive prepared. Paris Auto Sales, your trusted used car center of Big Rapids.
Dale I've known for many, many years, and I tell you what, when somebody needs some help, he's there. Just like your typical Mecosta County resident, Dale Whaley is a good American. So if you're ever looking for a drywaller for free estimate, call Dale. I'm telling you, you're going to be happy with his work. I have recommended Dale to a lot of people, and you know what the greatest compliment I've ever gotten is thanks for sending Dale. He did a great job for me. Guy's just fantastic. Just not only is a drywaller with DW2 drywalling, but just a great person. It doesn't hurt to have him come into Curry's either. There's just so many good things about Dale. He's just a great American, and give him a call, DW2 Drywall at 231-679-0475. That's right, 231-679-0475. Dale Whaley is DW2 Drywall. Greatest guy on drywalling end of it.
I'm Seth Wenger from Wenger Insurance. For more than 100 years, we've been providing professional service and competitive insurance to West Michigan. Come visit us on Perry Street in Big Rapids or give us a call at 796-0778. We're here for you now, and we'll be here when you need us most. 796-0778.
My name is Drew, and I'm 6 years old, and Sue Bean is my Giga.
Giga has worked with all kinds of people, helping them find the home of their dreams.
Giga is also my grandmother. She loves working with adults who are serious about finding a piece of property that suits their needs.
Giga drives us everywhere. She's pretty sweet, but the best path she drives is getting you to the closing table.
Sue Bean, Big Rapids Realty, 231-580-9546.
That's 231-580-9546. Or email her at sbean@bigrapidsrealty.com.
Did your car break down right before the winter?
I don't think you can park there.
I know I can't park there.
At Paris Auto Sales, you can get approved with as little as $500 down, and they'll even take your broken down car as a trade. So when the wind starts howling and the snow starts flying, you'll be glad you upgraded to a dependable car, truck, or SUV from Paris Auto Sales. Don't let the winter leave you stranded. Get ahead of the cold with unbeatable deals at Paris Auto Sales, North and South locations. Interest rates are as low as they've been in 5 years, and they're perfect for all credit types, even if your credit isn't perfect. Drive happy, drive prepared. Paris Auto Sales, your trusted used car center of Big Rapids.
Where do you go for Michigan's #1 concealed pistol license course? The same place thousands of Michigan residents have over the past 15 years, the Barrington Firearms Training Center. The BFTC conducts state-certified CPL courses right here locally inside the Barrington Conservation Club at 3444 18 Mile Road in Barrington. For just $99, all you need to bring us is your Michigan ID to these all-inclusive one-day CPL courses, which include the use of firearms, ammo, eye and ear protection, coffee and donuts in the morning, and lunch at noon. That's right, just $99 gets you everything needed to take the police department instructed course that includes the training necessary to safely load, unload, handle, and store your firearm. Students will also be trained on when it is legal to defend themselves with a firearm under Michigan's Stand Your Ground law and Castle Doctrine. Call 231-250-7257 or go online at michigancpltraining.com to register for one of their upcoming $99 all-inclusive CPL courses. Get armed, get trained at the Barrington Firearms Training Center.
When the time comes to say goodbye, you need a funeral home that understands your family's needs. The Monk Janowitz Funeral Home in Big Rapids and the Janowitz Family Funeral Home in Remus have been a trusted part of this community for generations. They do take care of every family like their own, and they hear it time and time again.
My name is Christina Beers. I would say there's lots of funeral homes in the area, but there's only a small few that can do it with class and with quality and with that personal touch and care. And I would put Janowitz Family Funeral Home at the very top of that list.
Let them help guide you through a challenging time with care, respect, and compassion. The Monk Janowitz Funeral Home in Big Rapids and the Janowitz Family Funeral Home in Remus. Local, professional, and here for you when it matters most.
Hooked at Curry.
Hey, I want to tell you something. Their sandwiches are incredible. But get the cheeseburger with caramelized onions. You won't ask where the beef is.
All right, we're back, Bob, with John Turner, longtime guy, 80 years old down there in Rogers Heights on 11 Mile Road, talking about his life journey. And it's been a pretty interesting one. He's always been there to help people out. I know that. And like I said, we were at Jack Cooley's memorial at the Eagles the other day, and we were talking about the day. And he's on here, and I hope everybody enjoyed his visit with us here. If not, well, John will come to your house and tell you all about it again. But anyway, no, it's a wake-up call to everybody. I think you just got to enjoy every day. Get that hate out of you. I know I always keep on preaching how much easier it is to love, and it is. And I respect your opinions. Just don't be mad at mine, and don't hate me for mine. But, yeah, it is sad what's going on right now. But, you know, I just got to pray. Anyway, moving right along. Thank you, John. Any last words?
No, Pat, thanks for the opportunity to come on and be able to kind of reminisce with you and, go on. I appreciate it.
Tell us what is your success of living 80 years, and what would you say to a young person today to make it?
Just be faithful. Just go out and do what you got to do every day. Don't be afraid to try new things. I've tried a lot of things, and some of them worked good and some of them didn't. But you try the next one, go on. Don't hate. You don't need to. It's like you say all the time. Just love one another and walk forward. And just go out there and get up every morning with the attitude you're going to make it, and you will.
We lost, like I said, a lot of good people, and I'm just going to talk about it one more time. What did Jack Cooley, Norm Hotkins, Craig McDonald, Dorothy Birch, Marv Thompson, what did they all have in common? They had actually two things that I can remember. Is a great smile, which I love, a great smile, but they were real Americans. They stood by their convictions but didn't hate anyone for theirs. And that's what we more or less have to do to get along in this world today. You might not like somebody, but it doesn't mean you got to hate them. Just get by, let them out of your life, and live your life the best you can. Okay, go on. Hey, we got Ultimate Valentine's giveaway. I got Jen here with me, the owner of the station. It's pretty cool, Jen.
Yeah, we got together with Texas Roadhouse in Mount Pleasant, Gilbert's Carpets plus Color Tile here in Big Rapids, and of course our friend Bob Patterson at Patterson's Flowers, and we're giving away some Valentine's fun. So all you have to do is go to each of those locations. You can go to one, or you can go to all of them if you want more chances to win. And we're going to draw winners next week, Bob, right?
February 10th.
February 10th, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so go win Penny something. You go get registered.
Well,
I won't tell her you did
Patterson
that.
Flowers are known for their flowers.
Yes.
We got to give him a plug. He makes his own chocolate in there, too.
Yes, he does fudge. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fudge.
Yep.
And it's good.
Yes.
Yeah, he does a nice job.
Yes.
And
I've never had a bad bouquet or fudge from Patterson Flowers, ever.
And he's got, 2 locations?
3 locations. He's in Reed City, Cadillac, and Big Rapids. But the box, if you want to get signed up, is in Big Rapids.
Okay. But he has one in Cadillac, too, eh?
He does, yep.
Wow, he's a busy guy. Yeah.
Yeah. He was one of my original advertisers when I signed on CDY up in Cadillac.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, he's been there that many years.
He's been there a long time.
Wow.
As have we.
Yeah. Valentine's is coming up, isn't it?
It is. What are you going to get Penny?
I don't know. The girl's got everything.
Oh, she does?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well,
She's not lacking of anything, is she?
Not that I know of.
No.
I'm not a very good guy that way. I just.
You're not the romantic. You're not the.
Not really. No, I just.
Are you the hopeless romantic, or were you?
Yes, unfortunately.
What did you get your wife when she was?
Oh goodness! Always got her flowers, of course, and then it's something that I kind of paid attention to, something that she'd kind of like that she wouldn't never get herself. That I.
Are you listening, Pat?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
I'll get her flowers, but one guy that sticks in my mind, and he's gone now, is Bruce Jacobs and Phyllis. He always got her a dozen roses.
See,
He'd
that
come
is
in the
so
station on
nice.
his way through her, have him sent to Burt Douglas's dental office back in the day on Warren Street. Phyllis worked for him. I think he probably had them sent there to her, but he always got her roses.
You know what I can suggest too, Pat, is something girls like, and that is when you do something out of the blue, not because it's Valentine's Day, just out of the blue, just because.
Yeah.
And you need to do that. Just surprise them, right?
Maybe I'll get her tickets to Florida.
I did that several times. My wife enjoyed flowers, and several times just for nothing. Back when I worked at Peters, you could walk right across the street to Patterson's, and they had I had just a simple bouquet, and it was it wasn't much money, but it was just a thing, and it always made her day when I come home. She didn't know it, and it was
simple gestures.
Yep.
Gets girls every time.
Yep.
Well, what do you like? What's Dom get you?
Oh God, you put me on the spot.
Radio station.
You know what? We're one of those couples that just do things off the holidays. So it's whatever,
Well, you're busy every day together. Same as us, so yeah. Well, anyway, keep the ones that have passed in your thoughts and prayers. We're going to close her up here, Bob, and get back to your music. Kyle's up next, isn't he?
He is, yes. And, we got to get out of here.
One last time, I want to say Dorothy Birch, great lady, did so much for our community and stood behind her man, raised a great family. They're all going to be there to pay tribute here at 10 o'clock is the visitation, 11 o'clock is the funeral.
Where is it?
St. Mary's.
Okay.
St. Mary's Parish, where she was a very devoted Catholic. Wonderful, wonderful lady. She's at peace now, though, along the throne tonight. Anyway, all right. I don't think I have anything else that I can remember anyway. We do have premium gas back at the gas station now, 93 octane. We had it gone for probably 2-3 years because of the rec fuel got so popular because of the alcohol in it. Rec fuel doesn't have it. So we have a separate tank for that, and then we moved our off-road out there underneath the canopy for convenience out there. So we have 2 new pumps if you go by on Maple Street to benefit you and to service you a little bit better. And again, 93 octanes there. We have great sandwiches in the store there. Ivan's probably one of the best employees I've ever had. He's a quiet fella, but he delivers a great sandwich and does a really nice job for us there. And of course, we've always had Lisa there behind the till. Adam and Matt are out there working hard. Hopefully with your support, they'll make it another generational.
We'll get that car wash back open because it had to close because of the cold weather.
Yeah, I'll leave that thing closed. We have a car wash on the east side of Big Rapids. 2 of them are doing real well over there by the other gas station.
But wait till it gets a little bit warmer.
Yeah. So any plugs or anybody we're forgetting today?
No, it's Chris Long's birthday.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Republican Chris Long. Everybody knows Chris up there at Green Township. Yep.
Very outspoken, but passionate. So happy birthday, Chris.
Yep. Along with everybody else. All right, God bless America, Bob. We're going to let you go. Johnny, what's your favorite song?
Not much of a music man.
All right, then.
Well, Bob will pick one.
All right. God bless.
How about this one?
Okay.
Curries Corner, brought to you by Hooked at Curries, Susan Bean at Big Rapids Realty, Big Rapids Pennzoil and Auto Repair, Seth Winger at the Winger Insurance Agency, Barrington Firearms and Training Center, DW2 Drywall, the Monk Janowitz Funeral Home in Big Rapids and the Janowitz Family Funeral Home in Remus, and Paris Auto Sales.